Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, this episode I'm putting out there because I was involved rather, in a few chat sessions on the Acupuncture is My Life app. And if you don't already have it downloaded, it's free at your app store, regarding the effects of alcohol as you age. Now, it wasn't many individuals I had gotten into a deep discussion with pertaining to this topic, but I found it quite interesting, whereas I decided or recommended to admin that this be discussed on an Acupuncture is My Life podcast. Because I'm speaking from personal experience, not so much as myself, but when I go to barbecues or dinner outings and so forth. The fact that there are many adults who, let's say at the age of 40, 50, 60 years of age, still consume alcohol at the rate in which they did in their 20s. That is not good. Now, I know the recent past, over the past year and a half, 2 years, individuals globally found themselves drinking much more than they had been prior to that. Stress, uncertainty, and so forth. And this is also, again, why I recommend you watch acupunctureismylife.tv, because on that channel we discuss, on the episode we have, I think it's on stress, many individuals turning to alcohol and the damage that it's doing to a person's body. It's just not good. And if you ever find yourself addicted to alcohol and you just can't cut down or stop, my recommendation is you see an acupuncturist right away, because there's a certain protocol that treats addiction, and it's called the NADA protocol. And many acupuncturists understand, well-trained, and implementing, this protocol on patients who are addicted, or individuals who are addicted to different types of alcohol, recreational drugs, prescription drugs, and so forth. But as we're getting older in age, and I'm speaking, let's say 40 and above, alcohol is not good for us because it accelerates the aging process in our brains, which isn't good. It's not good. I mean, thinking that or feeling as if you need, 14 drinks a week, I see a lot of that being stated in a lot of health magazines and articles, and I totally disagree with that wholeheartedly. My opinion. And they feel women 7 drinks a week, men 14. I honestly disagree with that. Because let's just say at around 40, 45 years of age, there's a certain biological process that begins to happen. One being, our bodies, we're suffering muscle atrophy. More times than not, most of us don't exercise. And even if you do, age is age. We're suffering from muscle atrophy at that point. We're losing muscle and we're gaining fat. And guess what's happening? Our bloodstream is now carrying less water. Now understand something. A person's muscle tends to hold more water than it does fat. So if you're losing muscle as you age, and I'm really looking at 40 and up with regard to age, that means that there's less water in your body. Now, with that being the case, consuming alcohol, what's left to dilute this alcohol? Normally, it's the water that's in our bodies that dilute it. But guess what? We're carrying less water in our bloodstream. And as a result, you're now going to hold a higher blood alcohol content. That is not good, my friends. It isn't. Then on top of that, our stomachs, our livers are not producing as much of an alcohol digesting enzyme that it once did, and that's called ADH, which again leads to a higher blood alcohol content, and it stays in our blood much longer than it did when we were younger, and that's a problem. And on top of that, and when it comes to women tend to produce less ADH than men. So women are much, well, I would say less able to clear this alcohol, this blood, the alcohol that's in their body. And we have to be aware of that. And that's why I decided to discuss this topic today as to why aging and alcohol drinking does not make for a good mix. Because, you know, as an acupuncturist, I understand that health is wealth. I know the wealth is not in the bank. It's not in the safe. It's not on an app on your phone or even in the stock market. I know it's not in your pocket or your purse or under the mattress or in a shoebox in a closet or under the doghouse in the backyard. I understand that the wealth is in you. Totally understand that. I also understand that a person's ability to perceive the effects of alcohol tends to diminish somewhere around, let's say, 45 years of age, where we lose somewhat of that ability to sense if whether our reflexes or our balance has been diminished. So our ability to gauge as to how sober we are when we're drinking is way off. Which tends to allow us to get more intoxicated as we age. And we think we're okay because we've done it for so long. So we'll be fine. This false perception of, you know, we can tolerate the effects of alcohol it's off. And this misperception tends to increase with the more drinks in which we have. And we're not paying attention, you know, to the alarm ringing saying, hey, stop, than we did, let's say, in the first half hour to hour and a half in which we began drinking. And you hear me say this a lot. Stop drinking alcohol. It's a huge struggle for many individuals. And that's why so many individuals that have become knowledgeable of the effects of acupuncture and addiction, millions are turning to acupuncture every week globally because they understand this. This is well understood. Another thing is dehydration. And as we age, we tend to drink less water as it is. On top of that, alcohol is pulling the water from our bodies. This is why you're urinating more when you're drinking. And as I stated earlier, there's less water in your system to dilute this alcohol. But feeling as if, all right, I'll just go drink tons of water, is that going to help you? Not really. You're going to find yourself urinating more. Okay? You're going to find yourself urinating more. So, when you feel you want to attend a barbecue or hang out, do some social drinking, try and drink less, okay? If you noticed in the recent past when you would do it, you'd have 3 or 4 drinks, then bring it down a drink. And each time you go out, try that. To the point where you're drinking some really watered down. Because sometimes, in some countries, when they make drinks, there's a certain amount of alcohol that you're paying for, along with a chaser or whatever. Cut down, dilute the drink. Have a glass of cranberry juice with maybe a half a shot. Bring it down to that level and sip on it. Because I understand the social pressure. Oh, come on, have another one. We're having a great time. That kind of sucks. Because sometimes you just want to tell people, like, how old am I again? Why do I need you to, tell me how much I should drink? And especially, you'll notice they're not even trying to make sure you have a ride home. Could care less. And that, if you think about it, should bother you more and just ruin your appetite for alcohol. So when someone is saying to you, hey, have another one, it's on me. Ask them, are you going to make sure I get home safe? Now, when they get quiet, or they dare say to you, you'll be okay, dude, and females as well, that party should be over. Let that be another way to assist you in cutting down and eventually getting rid of alcohol in your life. Because also, you have like hundreds of medical conditions that tend to become worsened as a result of drinking alcohol, like liver disease, different types of cancers, immune system disorders, diabetes, high blood pressure, increased risk of having a stroke, the effects on your skin, how it affects your sleep. You have to, once again, you have to ask, is it worth it? And definitely at 40 years of age and older, you have more control over yourself than you give yourself credit for. And I've even seeing patients myself, just sitting and talking with them about with regard to their level of awareness. And I'm no psychiatrist or psychotherapist or nothing. I'm an acupuncturist, but sometimes doing an intake and talking with patients changed their whole world, their entire world. Didn't even have to put an acupuncture needle into them. But they'd come back just for wellness visits, just to be healthy. And feeling excited over the fact that some stopped drinking and some cut down a great deal. Which made me feel great, still does to this day. You know, I say it over and over, you know, see a physician on an annual basis for your annual checkup. But definitely seeing an acupuncturist for regular wellness visits. It'll change your life in so many ways. That's why I'm always saying, make acupuncture part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?